Okay, I'm back. Right? So I'm jumping. Let's see what we jump into Ezra. Right? We jump into Ezra. Second Ezra, chapter 7 in the Apocrypha. That's where we're going. And if you don't have the Apocrypha, if you ain't bought one, you can go online, right, and type in King James 1611 Bible, and it should pop up to where you can follow along, right? So this is Second Ezra, chapter, where we going? 7, verse 20, right? Matter of fact, let me go back to Matthew and see what we can get out of this. Because I left off from Matthew. I want to look up something. But now, Isaiah, I want to look up something in Isaiah, the 9th chapter. I want to look up something. So we're going back to Isaiah, right, chapter 9. I'm going to look up something before I carry on. I want to look up something there. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 9, right, in verse 2. I want to look up something. Right, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2. I want to look up that word light, see what we can get out of that. Yeah, light of instruction. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, light of instruction. I just wanted to make sure, because I looked it up, you know, the word light, but I just wanted to make sure. Let's go to, I'm going to look at something in Matthew too. See what we can get out of Matthew concerning that word light. Matthew 4 and verse 16. I'm just looking at the word light to make sure before I jump to, y'all bear with me for a second. I just want to make sure so. What is that? That light there? Oh. Now I read this again. Let me go back. Yeah, let me go back. Alright, so I wanted to go back to Matthew's, right? Chapter 4, verse 16. It said the people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region of the shadow of death, light is sprung up. So what I wanted to do was look up that word light right there, right? And like I was telling you, it was the knowledge and wisdom understanding taught them, YAHAWASHI taught them how to get back to the Heavenly Father, right? Through Him. So I'm looking up the word light, right? False, right? It's strong G. Strong's G 5457, false, right? And it means, now we did look up the word light that goes into instructions, right? Right? So I wanted this up out of here. Now the metaphor, and you got one, you got two, you got three, and then you got two, you got one. The metaphor, you got 1, 2. So what I want to do is read 2 and 2, okay, the metaphor. It says of the truth and its knowledge together with the spiritual purity associated with it. So YAHAWASHI came upon them back then 2,000 years ago and pulled them out of that darkness so they can grow spiritually and get connected back to the Heavenly Father through Him. So that's what I wanted to come out, because I forgot that. You know, I'm moving out here. You know, sometimes my mind is slipping my mind. So I wanted to bring that out, right? So I'm jumping, right, to 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 20. It says, For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of YAHAWASHI that is set before them. Verse 21. For YAHAWASHI has given straight commandments to such as come, what they should do to live even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Verse 22. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, right? Living their own way of life, contrary to YAHAWASHI in the image of Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? Verse 23, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, as if the Heavenly Father don't exist, we don't believe in him. That's a white man book. See? That's Jacob. And knew not his way. Verse 24. But his law have they despised, and denied his covenant. In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. Verse 25. And therefore Ezra, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. The empty is a representation of somebody that's unspiritual and don't know what's going on. So if you empty and disconnected from the Heavenly Father and His Son, and you don't know what's going on, deny him, then what He's going to do to you? Reject you, deny you, and destroy you. Right? But for the ones who spiritually grown and went back to the Heavenly Father through YAHAWASHI, they gonna receive the full thing, okay, which is the kingdom. Right? So that's what I wanted to bring out concerning that, right? So I'm jumping to Proverbs 29, right? Proverbs 29 and Proverbs 29 and 18. That's where we're going, I want to say. Yeah, Proverbs 29 and 18. Let's see what we can get out of this. Alright, Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Now, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So, if they don't understand these scriptures, right, and they spiritually disconnected from the Heavenly Father and His Son, and they are dead, spiritually dead, what do you have behind that? Chaos. And that's the way these Negro Latinos and Native Americans live their life, in straight chaos, question marks and confusion. You see, no guidance, no instruction, okay? They just hang on every word that Esau Edom tells them, and they think that's the right way. You see, that's the way to live, okay? So they walk around with chaos in their mind, question mark, and you see the result of it. Okay? You see the result of the Negro Latinos and Native Americans. They are mentally a walk of chaos, you know, with a question mark in their head, and hang on every word that the so-called white man tells them, which he's a devil, and that's the way they govern their lives, right? So if they don't understand the prophecies, you know, and they're not connected to YAHAWASHI, what you got? Chaos. When there's no vision, you got chaos. Okay? You lean on your own understanding. And the Heavenly Father and the Son did not create us to live that way. So what I want to do is look up the word, well, I want to go into different translations. Let me see. I'll look it up first. In the Blue Letter Bible. concerning vision. All right, this is I just had it. Proverbs 29 and 18, right? That's where I was at. My fault. Right? Alright, so right? In his Strong's age, 2377, and it's number 3. It says vision, oracle, prophecy, divine communication. So if you don't have the men of the Lord out here teaching, right? You don't have divine communication. You don't have a vision. But if you got the men out here teaching, right, and 2/3 of our people not listening, right, and rejecting the word, they don't have a divine communication from the Most High. You see? So they living in chaos, man. They living in chaos with a question mark in their head because they rejected YAHAWASHI. Right? So I'll read that again. This is Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, divine communication, right? Prophecy, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So if you take on these instructions, right? These testimonies, right? This covenant, right? You're going to be well off and you're going to be happy with joy, right? Because you're taking heed to what was written according to the Bible. You're going to be well off, right? So let's get into different translations and get out of that. This is Proverbs 29 and 18. Proverbs 29 and 18, the New International Version. Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint. See, they cast off restraint. They got no boundaries. They just doing any and everything. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom and instruction. You see? The New Living Translation. When people do not accept divine guidance, they run wild. But whoever obeys the law is joyful. You see? And that's our people running wild, man. Without divine communication, our people, when they don't listen, they run wild, man. And by them running wild, they end up getting put to death. And the ultimate death is the judgment from the Heavenly Father and the Son, and the second death, which is the second death. That's the ultimate death, man. You got the first death, which is the flood that happened. Then you finna have the second death, which is nuclear fire, right? This is the Amplified Bible. Where there is no vision, no revelation of YAHAWASHI and his word, the people are unrestrained. But happy and blessed is he who keeps the law of YAHAWASHI. So these Negro Latinos and Native Americans, they have no restraint, okay? They have no boundaries. That's why you see them living the way they living in Babylon the Great. Man on man, woman on woman. That's an abomination. That's a death sentence in the eyes of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Man on man, woman on woman. That's a death sentence, man, according to the Bible. In the Old Testament and the New Testament. You need to read the book of Romans. Tell you in the New Testament, okay? For you people that don't think that's a death sentence, man on man and woman on woman, okay? Because you would say, those in the Old Testament, okay? Those in the Old Testament. Well, it tells you in the New Testament too, in the book of Romans, okay? You need to read that. okay? Eating everything under the sun, okay? Which they're not supposed to govern themselves like that. They unrestrained. Okay? You got some of our people over there that's back over there in Africa will eat a bush rat. What is that? Craziness, man. Craziness. You got people, our people, that learn them heathen ways over there, and they'll eat a bush rat, man. Craziness, man. Craziness out here. You got our people eating possums. You got our people eating alligators. You got our people eating sharks. You know, they just straight up crazy. Squirrels, straight up crazy, man. Raccoons, out of there, man. Rabbits, out of there. You see? Just out of there, man. Shrimp, oysters. The oyster is a filter for the earth, man. I mean, filter for the water, man. You know how you got the filters on your water, in your sink faucet, you know, in your showers? Well, the Heavenly Father created oysters for a filter for the ocean. He created crabs, filter, right? He created lobsters, filter, shrimp, filter, for the water, man. And you people eat it up like it's a delicacy. Listen to the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, with no restraints, okay? Because you reject the word of YAHAWASHI. So this is Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he, right? So, I'm jumping, right? Let this go by. And see, that's the way our people are. They like to party and have fun. They like to party and have fun. But, hey, Heavenly Father and His Son got something for them, man. He got something for them, man. You see? They think this the end all be all. Live it up, right? You only live one life. That's our people, man. They like to party and the word coming out, man. Everybody on that vehicle that will listen to that music should have hurry up and hopped off that vehicle and came over here and listened to the word. But that's our people. That's a sign of them rejecting the word of YAHAWASHI. When they see me out here, they should have popped off that and came over and started listening and asked questions. But that's our people. So this is Ephesians, right? Chapter 5, verse 8. For ye were sometimes in darkness, but now are ye light. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8. For you were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. That's it, man. That's it. Walk as children of the light. Your life is supposed to be centered around serving YAHAWASHI, man. Your life. That's it, man. That's what you was set up for. To serve YAHAWASHI and call back for. It's Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. And that's it. Let's see what we can get out of different translations. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8, right? The New International Version. For ye were once darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Live as children of the light. That's it, man. That's it. New Living Translation. For once you were full of darkness, but now you have light from the Lord. So live as people of the light. And that's it. This is Amplified Bible. For once you were darkness. For once you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. Live as those who are native born to the light. Live as you are a citizen, right, of the kingdom of heaven. Live as you are a citizen of serving YAHAWASHI, man. You were newly born in it. So live as a citizen, right, an Israelite of the kingdom of heaven, man. That's how you're supposed to live, okay? Govern your life with the instructions of this word, man. This is the guide till Yahawashi come back. This is the guide, this word, right? So, that's the Amplified, yeah.